Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. So happy to be here with you today. Today we are going to do this fun little shaker, and we turned it into an ornament, but you can make it anything you want. Well, you can hang it on your Christmas tree if you want, or you can just play with it. So this is kind of in the shape of like a lollipop, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And so let's go over our supplies. So we have our little package of Creatology Christmas embellishments. So there's some glitter and some sequins and some little gems, some clay, confetti, some more sequins. So you can use whatever you want in there. We'll probably use a combination of things in there. The key to this is to make sure this ends up getting real well sealed up. And so we're using adhesive foam. So it's the foam with the peel off backing, so it's sticky back, and that's super sticky, and so that should help keep it sealed. If you're using regular foam, you just need to make sure you got it good and glued down together. So we have that. Then we have our acetate sheets, our Creatology acetate sheets. Now these kind of have an iridescence to them, so you can kind of see when I'm holding them under the light, they kind of change up a little bit. Now, a good substitute if you don't have these would be, you could use anything that's like a hard plastic. So like even a recycled plastic container, you could, if you can cut your, because you'll only need one circle. So you can cut that out of some clear plastic if you don't have the acetate sheets. But for this project, we're going to use these. And then we have a couple of craft sticks. You only need one if you're for each ornament. So a craft stick, our adhesive foam, and I went with traditional Christmas colors. You can make yours whatever color you'd like. And then I've got a pencil and a scissors, and then this on the supply list it said white yarn, and I can't find my white yarn, so I'm just going to use craft cord, but it'll serve the same purpose. And I'm going to wrap it around my stick just like you would wrap your yarn around your stick. And if you didn't want to use the yarn on the stick, you can always take your markers and decorate it. You can paint it, you can put some foam on it. You know, there's a lot of things you could do if you don't want to put the yarn on it. So let's go ahead and get started. The other thing you need is the pattern. So this is our nice little pattern. You can see so we've got an outer circle and an inner circle, and that represents this part of the project. So we're going to cut 3 solid circles and 1 open circle. So 4 circles altogether, and only 1 is going to be open. And we're going to sandwich them together, and you can see how it makes some depth here, and that allows the glitter to move around in there. So we're kind of like making a container almost with sides. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. I'm going to cut out the pattern with my scissors. And I usually tell, if you've taken any of my classes before, I tell people that when I take a class, sometimes I like to watch it first and see what they're doing, and then go back and do it at my own pace. So you keep, if you want to try to keep up with me, that's great. You can keep up with me. If you feel like you're falling behind, just don't worry, because this is being recorded, and we also pre-recorded the class. So there's a lot of ways to get to it, to watch what we're doing a little later. So, okay, so I'm going to start, I'm just going to cut, I'm going to go ahead and use my green. So in fact, I'm going to flip my foam over, and I'm going to trace my circles on the back, because this backing is like paper and it's just a little bit easier. So I'm going to trace around my circle. 1, 2, 3 times. Now, this might take you guys a little while to trace and cut, and I'm going to go ahead and start cutting, and then I will just try to wait a little bit for you to sort of catch up with me. So I'm just going to do the first 3 solid circles, and they represent our first 1, 2, 3 layers. So there's 4 layers altogether. Okay, so go ahead and get your circles on there, and then you can start cutting out your circles. Like I said, I'm cutting it with my the backer paper part up. Doesn't matter how you do it. You can trace on the front as well. That's one. I hope you guys have been enjoying the winter workshop. All the projects have been really fun. I am teaching, the next class that I'm teaching is going to be the last one, which is a week from today. And it's a watercolor snowman. And that's a lot of fun. I like to paint. I like to do it all, actually. Like I said, you can make these any colors you want. I love using adhesive backed foam because I think it's really nice and versatile. Okay, so I have 3 of my circles cut. I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes and let you sort of catch up. And yes, I'm cutting the foam. I saw that was a question. This is the foam. I chose the green, and then this is the back side that has the sticky part on it. And it's, it's got a little bit of thickness to it, which is nice. So when you stack them together, you can see how nice and thick that gets. I think I'm going to, so then for my inner circle, after I've traced around the outer circle, I'm going to cut the inside of this pattern out. And I'm going to cut it a little thicker than what it shows here. It's pretty thin. I'm going to maybe give myself a little cushion here, and I'm just kind of tracing on it a little bit. You can eyeball it. And the best way to cut the inside out without cutting your pattern is just to fold it. You don't even have to crease it. And then just snip it with your scissors. And that makes the hole. And you can put the tip of your scissors in. And then you can cut your opening. And then we'll do the same thing once we are on the foam. And I don't know if you caught what I was doing. When I cut a circle, instead of cutting like this with my hand, trying to go around it, I'm turning the paper, okay? So that's a little tip on how to cut a circle a little faster. Okay, now I'm going to take my red, that'll be my next layer. And I'm going to trace the outside. And then the inside. Okay. Now I'm going to cut it. Oops. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing like I did on the pattern, and I'm just going to snip the center with my scissors. Stick the point in there.
Now, there's a question asking, can they use the cardboard for the back?
They can use cardboard for the back. They'll just have to use some glue to put their pieces together. So yes, you can use a cardboard for your backing. And you can make this all out of cardboard if you wanted cardboard and glue. I'm gonna take one of these apart so you guys can see if I can. I don't know if I can, but I want to show you the layers. This foam is so sticky, I don't know if I can. Oh yeah, it's kind of coming apart. Okay. We are, Felicia, were there, was glue on the supply list?
Yes.
Okay, so we are gonna need some glue. I just discovered, because you can't stick too thick. Okay. So we're gonna stick our acetate to the top round one that we just cut out with the circle. But once the acetate's on there, we're gonna have to then glue that to the bottom part, so. Find my glue. We have all kinds of glue. You guys should probably have Elmer's or Creatology glue. I'm just gonna use this one because this is what I have. I'm gonna poke it open. I'm sure it's clogged. Okay, you guys still cutting? Give you another minute. Okay. All right. So since I opened this one up, I'm gonna dump out my glitter so I can show you the anatomy of our ornament here. Oh, I made a mistake. You need to cut another piece with you. So we needed 2 with open holes and 2 with closed holes. So I'm going to take my pattern. I'm just going to take the one I cut and just trace around it on the back of one of my solid circles. And we'll cut that one out too. So we need 2 open ones and 2 solid ones. Glad I
Now,
popped that open.
someone's asking, can they use hot glue?
Sure, just don't burn yourself. I love using hot glue because it dries right away, but I'm not allowed to teach the kids' classes with it. So if you've got somebody, if you're allowed to use it, or if you have an adult nearby that can help you with it, yeah, you can definitely do that. Okay, so now I've got my 2 open circles like that, 2 opens and 2 solids. Okay, so I'm going to start with my solids. And I am going to peel the back of one of them off and stick it to the front of the other one. What you could do, let's see. Yeah, what you could do is actually, well, that's going to be hard. I was going to say peel the other one off and stick them together, but if you don't get it lined up exactly, you can't get it back apart. So we're just going to do one on top of the other one. Okay. So now we have 2 solid ones stuck together. Then we're going to take one of the open ones, peel it off. Or if you don't have the sticky stuff, just go ahead and glue it, and you're going to glue it onto your stack. Okay. So now you have a stack of 3. two solids and an open one. Now, let's put that aside. We're gonna take our top one, and we're gonna take our acetate, which is this. This is what we sell, and it's kind of an iridescent acetate. I'd prefer it if it was clear, but it's iridescent, so it picks up the light a little bit different. So go ahead and just peel off the backing of your top open circle and lay your acetate on it. Just press around the circle. Okay. And then we'll take our scissors and cut around, even with the foam, just like that. So this is making our little window. All right, so there's my little window. So ultimately that is going to go on top of there. So now, got a little bug flying around. Now we can take this is the fun part. This is the fun but messy part. We're going to take our glitter pack and decide what do we want to use. I think I'm going to use this one, I think. I'm just going to, well, let's see, let's pull it off the back there. I don't think these are resealable, so just be careful. Open it up. Oh, they are resealable. Well, I'm opening my glitter package up. Well, maybe they're not resealable. Nope, they are not. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut a little corner off. And I'm gonna pour my glitter in there like that. Okay. Put that away. Now, I'm going to take my glue. I don't think my little nozzle's gonna work, so I'm just gonna use my finger. And I'm gonna put my glue on this part, and I'm just gonna put your glue all around. You're gonna want this to seal really good, so make sure you get all the spaces around. Otherwise, your glitter is gonna come out when you shake it. And that will be kind of a mess. Okay, got glue all around. I'm going to stick it on my shaker. Whoops. Press it down. Kind of sliding around because that glue is slippery. Just glue off my fingers. Hopefully you didn't make as big a mess as I did. So there we go. That's so, see how it's shaking? Now you can use the same technique to make different things. Like, let's just say you wanted to make a card for somebody. You can make this be an ornament and stick it on the front of a card. Then you can draw your like little ornament hanger and a little string coming off of it. That could be a cute card, be a shaker card. Those are real popular. Okay, so while this is drying, so on our original project, then we made little stripes that went around the outside of the lollipop. So if you want to do that, take a contrasting color. So I'm going to take white. And I'm going to find my pattern. There's my pattern. And I'm going to trace around it. Oops, let's flip it over. I'm going to trace around the inside too. So you can see so that these stripes fit on the curve. So I'm just going to kind of draw my stripes on the back here. And that's how I'm going to cut it. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Cut this piece out. That up there. Okay, so I'm going to cut around the edge so that I have the round shape. Okay, and I'm going to cut my inside out again, just like I did my two open pieces. Now, I don't know what kind of scissors you're using. We usually tell everybody to use a kid's Fiskars scissors. And I like them because they're smaller and it's easier to handle when you're doing this kind of a project with the curves and whatnot. Okay, so we have another open circle for our ornament, or yeah, or our lollipop, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to cut these little stripes out just like that. And see, now each stripe will have a curve on it and it'll go on the circle. You don't have to do this part. You can decorate it however you want. You could actually add glue to the outside and sprinkle some of this other glitter on it, or you could color it with markers. There's a lot of, use your imagination, guys. It's a thousand ways different ways to do these things, and don't all have to be done the same way. In fact, I would love to see what you guys do. You can put it on our website and tag hashtag make it with Michaels. I love to see everybody's imaginations. It's going to take a while for that glue to dry. It's still sliding around, but we'll just handle it very carefully. So you can see what I mean, where the outer edge. And so when we're done, we can trim it all out if we want to make it a little more even. I don't like that one. I'm going to use this one. Is that one? Oh, that's kind of not thick enough. There we go. There we go. So you just kind of have to see what works. And it doesn't have to look like mine. It should look like yours. So see how this is sticking out a little bit. I'm just gonna cut it so that it's a little more flush with the rest of my project. It's fun to shake it. Don't fill it too full or it won't shake around quite enough. I might have put a little too much in mine. But it still shakes. I can hear it. So the way we're going to finish this off is you're going to take your craft stick and you're going to flip this over. And if you have this backing on it and this is sticky underneath, you can just sort of peel it up. Stick your stick on it and then push it back down. If you don't have the sticky back, just glue your craft stick on, however you'd like. Or you could even peel this off and put another piece of construction paper or cardstock on the backing if you wanted to. So that's going to hold that together. Let's get my mess out of the way here. And then we finish it off with the yarn, wrapping the yarn around the bottom and then also making a little hanger. So let's go ahead. I'll show you. You're just going to cut a little piece of yarn, maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches, however long, and then kind of fold it in half. Keep your two ends even, and you're going to peel the top off or glue it on. Stick it on there. And then seal it back up. So now I have a hanger. And then all you do for the stick, and if you don't want to do this part, That's perfectly fine. If you want to decorate your stick with markers, that'd be fine. If you want to glitter the stick, if you want to paint the stick, if you want to put some foam on it, you can do any of that. So I'm just going to hold the yarn back on the back with one finger. You guys see? Just holding it on, and then I'm just going to start wrapping. And I'm just gonna, the yarn is thicker than this cording I'm using, so yours will fill up a lot faster than mine will, but it's the same technique. We're just gonna go up and down. You can leave it the end open like that. Up and down. Cover it as much as you want. Use yarn, you could use string, you could use ribbon. Yeah, but we figured as long as we have to make a little hanger, we might as well wrap the bottom too. You could stripe it if you had red and white yarn. You could make it like a candy cane stripe or any kind of stripe, rainbow stripe. You can do this for any season too. There's so many fun chunky glitters in Creatology, different shapes, colors. You can make birthday cards, shaker cards, birthday. It doesn't have to be an ornament, but it could just be something you hang. All right, I think I'm gonna cut that off, and then I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on it to hold it. I'm gonna put some glue at the top one too. I guess I could stick it under that sticky part if we wanted to. I'm not gonna undo it now. So we're just going to put some glue on the back to hold our ends in place. There we go. So here's the one we started with. And here's the one we made today. Crochet. It says the chunkier little like clay confetti shapes in there, and this has the more sequin and glitter stuff inside there. So I hope you guys had fun. This was a fun one to teach, and I hope you used your imagination. I hope you were able to, keep up. And if you didn't keep up, it's okay. Go back and watch the recording. There's a pre-recorded version, and then this will be recorded and available tomorrow. So you can watch either one. If you want to do it again, do it with your friends, do it with your family. That would be great. So that's what we have today, guys. We have our little projects. And the one we took apart. I hope you had fun. I had fun too. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.